right. I am here with the producer of Remembering Harmony, which is one of the performances that is part of the ArtsSonoma Festival this year. And I am lucky enough to have run into literally the producer of this. And
totally by accident.
Totally by accident. This is totally unplanned, just as guerrilla grassroots marketing / reach out to people goes.
Pretty much my whole life.
Exactly. You know what? We stumble upon each other. Those are the unexpected moments in life, and here we are.
Nobody appreciates the subtleties of being in the right place at the right time.
No.
You know, it's tricky.
Unplanned moments make for much more, opportunities for any kind of a dialogue. So
Tell me about it.
I'm here with Steve, right?
Yeah.
And so I want Steve to tell us a little bit more about Remembering Harmony, because this is supposed to be incredible.
Well, it's incredible for me because as president of the board of the Occidental Center for the Arts, this is a project that I've wanted to see for 2 years, and we were very fortunate to find Naja Masura, who was an ex-Harmony School graduate, by the way, and had all the chops and all the experience to do this for us. Because what we wanted to do was we wanted to re-enliven the old Harmony School campus with memories and characters from the 50 years that it was a grammar school. And the reason we wanted to do that is because Occidental had always sort of focused its energies around the school. There was no Chamber of Commerce, there was no town planning commission or anything like that. It was just a group of businesses, but everybody had their kids in Harmony School since 1954. And in 2003, 2004, the school board closed it down. And this was a source of great sadness and even anger in the community of Occidental. So what happened? So the school board sold the property to a very well-known developer around these parts, Oren Thiessen. And Oren is a good man and a very upright citizen, but he wasn't able to get the zoning changes he needed to convert the campus to residences unless he could show an overwhelming public benefit. And he accomplished that by giving the town, which had a 501c3 arts organization already in existence, he deeded the multi-purpose room, the amphitheater, and the gallery space to that arts group. Foolish me, I raised my hand at the wrong moment. Anyway, I've been working on it 5 years. And the Art Center has just reopened after a construction period last April, on April Fool's Day. That makes a lot of sense if you think about it. Because having
we claimed that day.
We did. We now sponsor the April Fool's Day parade in Occidental. It runs through town, comes down to our parking lot. And this year we had Ramon Sender, who invented the Fool's Day parade in Occidental back in the 80s. He was our king. We crowned him with a chamber pot. Anyway, so job number one for the Art Center, I thought, well, first of all, we were going to be a home for the Redwood Arts Council, which has the chamber music series, has for 30 years in Occidental. The Occidental Community Choir, which for another 30 years has done original music in Occidental. Very unusual to find a choir where you can have your own original pieces scored for 4 parts and sung by your neighbors in front of your other neighbors. Let me tell you, after I lost my wife, I was able to sing about it with the choir, and I saved thousands of dollars of therapist fees, where I would just have sat there and cried, and wouldn't have done much by singing with. So that's what the choir does. Okay, now we have a home for both of those institutions, but still, the town's loss of the school needed to be addressed.
Yeah.
That's what this is about. We've designed a show that, first of all, incorporates 2 years of research by Naja Masura, involving 60 video interviews with ex-students, faculty, cooks, janitors, whoever would talk about Harmony School. A complete database of all the yearbooks. In short, a complete history of Harmony School that has now been filtered, distilled, boiled down to a 1-hour experience where you will walk through the campus surrounded by videos on the buildings themselves. which incidentally Orem did not tear down. So the classrooms are still there. But as you pass the old library, you look inside, there are 3 people eating snacks and playing Scrabble because they now live in what was once that classroom. And when you go a little farther, you encounter the old play field. But it has a 2-story house on it. And on the side of the house are projections of the construction project that created the house and that created the streets. So that you really can get a first-hand experience of how this place was transformed, what it was before, all layered like a German chocolate cake on top of each other. Now, the kicker is that the audience, maybe I'm giving something away here, the audience will start the performance by getting on a school bus and riding around Occidental. So that when you get off the bus, you're already a student again. And we want the audience to experience studenthood.
Yeah.
And so there's a yard monitor blowing a whistle and telling you where to line up and where to go next and giving you your milk and cookies ticket.
Do you get recess?
You get recess.
Nice.
You get to go up to the old playing field and play with this little trigger which will make the video change on the building. You step on it, you see construction project. Step on it again, you'll see kids playing soccer. And so that as much as possible, we're trying to conflate the whole experience in a way that will allow people to feel, really feel what happened. And not only that, but people who've never been in Occidental before can re-experience grammar school with all of its, let's say,
Wonder
disempowering traumas and
yeah.
its wonders. You know, because you're ordered around, you're made to sit down, and so on. So at the end, there's going to be a little musical interlude. We call it an assembly. Everybody's going to be nice and warm. They're going to have their chocolate milk and their cookie. And it's only $10.
You know what I love about this, I have to say, is that I love art in unexpected places. I mean, one of the things about this fantastic group of different types of projects that are involved in this festival, one of the things that I love about it is that who would have thought that recreating history would be considered art? I mean, some people see recreations of historical events all over the country, but do they consider it art? And what I love about it is that it's being considered as art because, in honesty, like you said, it's about recreating the feeling. And art is often about the feelings involved in something either being lost or gained, or some of the things that when we see a painting, we can see the same type of thing in a recreation of a school that, you know, hopefully is the plan to try to get the school up and running?
No, the school is lost. What we're trying to get up and running is the Art Center. What will the Art Center be? It's the seed that the school left behind. The mother has gone, but the seed was there in the multi-purpose room, which is now I won't say world-class yet, but a fine performance space where chamber music, choir music, theatrical performances, and I can give you some examples of what's coming up. I don't know how much time I have.
Go for it.
But Conrad Bishop and Elizabeth Fuller are going to do their new show out there. We have Under Milkwood with Brian Shears coming up. And we have the Full Moon Playback Theater doing Christmas stories in the week before Christmas so that people can come and give them they do wonderful stuff. It's a group of women, I think 6 or 8. And you give them a little story from your life, and then they enact it with all of their creativity, all their imagination. It's very moving.
It's like improv in
it's
some
improv,
ways.
but it's improv like you never saw it before. It's as if you went to the therapist's office and you said, you know, I've been having a lot of trouble with my mother. And then this group came out of the closet and said, we'll act it out for you.
It out. Yeah,
so that's coming up.
We're going to play it out in front of you so you can figure out what to do, possibly.
Exactly. So it's cathartic. Now, it is about catharsis, but you
it's
said,
kind of like
how can
reality
history be
TV
art?
or something. Well, reality plays. I mean, it's like reality TV is big for some people, but it's like these are like little
I would
reality
say there's very
vignettes.
little art involved in reality
I would
TV.
say so too.